Right. So yesterday we discussed about structure of a C program
Mm,
and we practice one simple program with the output statement.
mm,
While while developing the application program, here we do have the input output statements, variables, constants, operators, control statements. Input statement is in the C language scanf to read a value from the keyboard.
keyboard.
Output statement is printf to print a value on the screen. Here we are trying to read the different classifications of the data. In the same, we print the value on the screen, like integers and decimal values, characters, alphanumeric characters, strings, date value, boolean values, zeros and ones. Different classifications of the data. Here I'm trying to read and write using the compiler. How I'm representing the different classifications of the data to the compiler is here I'm using the data types. Data type, what type of data here I'm processing. So when I'm using the int data type, then it allows only integer values. It does not allow any decimals. Here size of the int data type is for 32-bit system. Here we do have the 2 bytes. So then it occupies the 4 bytes for 64-bit system. It does not allow any decimals like 1.2, 1.3 like this. How can I represent it is an integer value to the compiler? Here I am using the control string because the system can understand the machine level language, low level language. So we are giving the instructions to the compiler in the machine level language and we are getting the result in the customized manner. That is a high level language. So I'm utilizing the properties of the procedural language also. Control string here I'm using to represent the integer value is %LD. When I'm using the %LD in the input statement and output statement, then I can read and write the integer value. The float is the data type. It occupies the 4 bytes maximum size of the data type. It allows the decimals. Like 3.14 like this. How I'm representing this float value to the compiler is control string is %LF, character data type 1 byte, single digit or a single letter or a single person enclosed within single quotation is a character. For example, like this. The control string for character is %C. For group of characters, Here I am using percentile s also. For double 8 bytes, control string is percentile lf. For long integer 8 bytes, the control string is percentile ld. Octal 6 bytes, control string is percentile o. Hexa 8 bytes, control string is percentile x. So these are the data types here I am using frequently to declare the variables and to assign some value to read a value from the keyboard. The secondary data types, these are all the sizable data types. And secondary data types is unsizable. At the declaration time itself, we only specifying the size for arrays, pointers, structures, and enumerated. So what is meant by variable? How can I declare the variables here? Variables are used to store some value. A variable may take the different values in throughout execution of the program. The variable name must be begin with a letter. The first letter should be alphabet letter. Variable name must be begin with a letter. The first letter should be alphabet letter. The spaces means white spaces. Does not allow. In place of the spaces, underscores can be allowed. Variable declaration is as follows: data type space variable name. And variable initialization, data type space variable name is equivalent to some value, integer a equal to 1. A demo on input output statements. Demo on input output statement. Documentation section. Next link section. Next I'm starting with main. I'm declaring the variables integer a. Here I should read the value to the a. Printf. Whatever the string here I'm giving within the double quotation, same will be appear on the screen. Then I'm using the scanf. What kind of value here I should read? Here I'm passing the %ld within the double quotation, comma, address of a. Once we read the address of the a, address of the variable, then I can store some value into the variable. Once we get the value into the variable a, then I should print the value on the screen. So along with the string, if I want to print it, then you can write the string What kind of value here I'm printing? Integer. So percentile D. In the input output statement here I'm using the control string like percentile D. So compiler can understand to read the integer value and printing the integer value, right? Same compilation steps. cc filename.c dot /a dot out. Next output statement is enter printf. Just I given the string within the double quotation. You can write anything, or directly we can write the scanf statement. This statement is optional. We only giving the instructions to the compiler, so you can give in your own way. Here directly I'm printing the value of a without having any string. Here if I want to print the value of a with the string, then here I'm writing the string. Whatever I given the string within the double quotation, same will be appear on the screen with the value of a. Then cc filename.c dot /a dot out. Right? This is the way we are getting the result. In the same way, we do have the operators. So far it is clear, right, Divya?
Yes, Mahesh.
The same way we use the operators in the programming. Assignment operator is single equivalent to, which helps to store some value into the variable. Arithmetic operators plus for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo division operator. It gives the remainder. Modulo division operator, it gives the remainder. That is 5 divided by 2 is equivalent to 2 quotient value. 5 percentile 2 is equivalent to 1. 1 is the remainder. Demo on arithmetic operators. Link section is hash include stdio.h. Next main. So here I'm taking the two variables, two integer values. So enter a value, then scanf, percentile d, address of a, then printf, enter b value, and scanf percentile D, address of B. Then I'm practicing about the arithmetic operators. Addition. A integer value, B integer value. So A plus B is also integer value. Here I'm getting the integer percentile D, A plus B. Printf subtraction, percentile D, A minus B. Multiplication, A into B. Next division, modulo division, the same way, here I'm writing find area and perimeter of a circle. Link section as defined by 3.14. Definition section here I have taken. In the definition section here I'm going to define the constant values. That constant value cannot be changed in throughout execution of the program. As defined, the pi 3.14 symbolic constant. Here I'm not using any operator. Where I'm writing the pi in the program, then automatically it will be taking the 3.14. Then I'm starting with main. Then integer radius. Resultant value is, maybe we'll be getting the decimals. So we are taking the resultant variables float. I should read the input for radius, enter the radius, then scanf, percentile D, address of R, then I'm calculating the area pi r square, pi into R into R. Perimeter P is equivalent to 2 into pi into R. Next printf. So area of a circle. So what kind of value here I'm printing? Float value, percentile F. A. Let's printf perimeter of a circle. Like this. So this is the
Is
way I
there,
can.
Mahesh, is there any alternative for defining pi value? Is it like hash define pi 3.14 like that
Sorry.
only? For defining pi value,
Mm.
so we have to define like this only, right? Define pi 3.14.
Yes. So we can define the pi value like this.
Okay.
Here I'm writing the program as defined pi 3.14 main integer R float a comma p. Any variable you can take. It should be alphabet letter.
Mm-hmm.
Enter radius. And scanf percentile D integer value. Then pi into R into R. P is equivalent to 2 pi R. In printf area of a circle. Perimeter of a circle. cc file name dot c dot forward slash a dot out. Right.
Mhm.
So here accept 3 subject marks. These are all the examples for the arithmetic operators. So find the total and average. Here if I want to read the multiple values here, the number of control strings we should write in the input statement and output statement. Friends, the resultant value total is integer, float may be integer, here average. So here I should read the 3 values at a time. 3 control strings is required in the input statement. %d, %d, %d. Then address of m, comma we should require here. Then I'm calculating the total. Then average is equivalent to total divided by 3. Next here I'm printing the total marks here. %d integer value. Average is float. Then
Yes.
%f. So here I'm taking the 3 variables here. Is printf. Enter 3 subject marks. Scanf %d, %d, %d. Address of m, comma address of p, comma address of c. Then total is equivalent to m plus p plus c. Average is equivalent to total divided by 3. Then printf total marks. Then average cc demo file name dot c dot forward slash a dot out. Friends,
Okay.
friends, in the same way, so here we are practicing the simple interest program. So 3 variables: principal amount, time period, rate of interest, resultant value. Enter PTR values. %d, %d, %d. Address of P, address of T, address of R. SI is equivalent to P into T into R divided by 100. Then printf simple interest, percentile F, SI. CC, file name dot C, dot forward slash a dot out. Right. So here I'm taking the three variables here. Address of P, comma, address of T, comma, address of R, P into T into R divided by 100. Then printf, simple interest. Then relational operators to write the condition part. Relational operators are less than symbol, greater than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, double is equivalent for equal, condition part, single equivalent for assignment operator. Not equal to, logical operators to write more than one condition. Logical operators, two and symbols for logical and operator. 5 symbols for logical or operator. For not operator, exclamation mark. In case of logical and operator, how many conditions are given? All conditions is true, then only result will be true. In case of OR operator, any one is true, then it returns the true statement, condition 1 or condition 2. In case of not operator, if condition is true, then false, false true. Negation operator. This logical operators and relational operators where I am going to use in the control statements to controlling the data flow. What are the control statements here we do have here? If else statement. The statement syntax is if condition is true, then true statements will be executed. If condition is fail, then else part will be executed. All the if statements check the condition at once and using check the executing the statements at once only, either true or false statement. Even though if I'm writing the multiple conditions using the logical operators, if statement check the conditions at once and executing the statements at once only, either true or false statement. The flow chart look like this here. See. So this is the condition part. If condition is true, then true statement will be executed. If condition is fail, then false statement will be executed. Control constraint. All the if statements check the condition at once and executing the statements at once only, either true or false statement. It is a condition part. If condition is true, then true statement will be executed. If condition is fail, then false statement will be executed. If condition is true, then true statements will be executed, control constraint. If condition fail, then false statements will be executed, control constraint. So this is the functionality of the if statement. Got it, Divya?
Yes. Yes.
So here I'm writing, find the given number is even or odd. So only one variable is required here. Here I'm starting. This is the symbol for start and stop. I'm declaring the variable. I'm reading the value from the keyboard. For read and write, this is the symbol here we use. After reading the value, so here I'm checking condition part. The condition symbol is this one. If condition is true, then true statement will be executed, control constraint. If condition is fail, then false statement will be executed, control constraint. So here I'm starting the program here. Declaring the n, reading the n value. I'm writing the condition if n percentile 2 is equivalent to 0, then I'm trying to print even number. If the condition does not get satisfied, then odd number. Then fail. So according to the flow chart, here I'm giving the statements here. Only one variable is required here. Printf, enter a number, and scanf %d, address of n. If n %2 is equivalent to 0, if condition is true, then printf, it is even number, else odd number. Then close. The same way, percentile is the modular division operator. When I'm dividing the given number by 2, if the remainder is equivalent to 0, then that is an even number. Otherwise, odd number. The same way, find the given number is positive or negative. Here also we required only one variable here in main. So integer n in printf, enter a number, then scanf %d, address of n. If n is greater than 0, if n is greater than 0, then given number is positive number. Else, given number is negative number. The same way, find the biggest number among 2 digits. Here I am taking the 2 variables here, input variables A and B. Just I am reading the value to the A and B. %d, %d, address of A, comma address of B. Now I am writing the condition if A is greater than B. If the given condition is true, then A is the biggest number. Else, B is the biggest number. So here accept the 3 subject marks and find the student is pass or fail. Here 3 multiple conditions we required to check. Friends, here I am taking the 3 subject marks first, 3 input variables. I am not calculating any total and average, anything. Just I am reading the values and I am checking whether the given condition gets satisfied or not. So 3 variables here we have taken for 3 subject marks. Here scanf %d, 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 address of M, comma, address of P, comma, address of C. Now I'm writing the condition. Mass should be greater than or equal to 35. And logical AND operator. Why I'm taking the AND operator here? I should take the logical AND operator only. Like mass should be greater than or equal to 35. Physics should be greater than or equal to 35. Chemistry should be greater than or equal to 35. Then only I can say student is pass. If I'm taking the OR operator, in case of OR operator, any one is true, then it returns the true statement. So it won't work here. I should take the AND operator only. Friends, M is greater than or equal to 35. P is greater than or equal to 35. And C is greater than or equal to 35. 3 conditions is true, then only I can say student is pass. For single statement after the condition, opening brace and closing brace is not required, it is optional.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, pass. Else
Fail. Fail.
printf fail. Same flowchart look like this, same. So here input variable, I'm declaring the variables, right? And checking the condition. If condition is true, then true statement. Condition fail, false statement. CC number dot C dot forward slash a dot dot. So VI number one dot C, positive number and negative number, CC number one dot C dot forward slash a dot out, minus 1000 here I'm giving negative number, positive number. Here I'm taking the two variables A and B, and I'm writing if A is greater than B, then A is the biggest number. Otherwise, B is the biggest number. Here I've taken the three variables M, P, C, and I'm reading the values to the MPC. Then I'm checking the multiple conditions here. If M is greater than or equal to 35, P is greater than or equal to 35, C is greater than or equal to 35. How many conditions are given in the if statement? Here I'm using the AND operator. All conditions is true, then only the true statement will be executed. If anyone is get fail, fail. Then CC file name dot C dot forward slash a dot out. If anyone is get
Fail.
fail, then fail only. Friends, all conditions should get satisfied, then only I can say pass. Otherwise, false statement only. So in the same way, else if part, else if condition is true, then the true statement will be executed, control comes to end. If condition fail, then else if, control comes to else if. Where the condition is true, the true statement will be executed, control comes to end. If condition get failed, then control comes to else if. N number of else if we can write. Else is optional. N number of else if we can write here. Suppose here I am taking the program to find the biggest number among 4 digits. Here I am taking the A, B, C, D. So first I am taking the A. I am checking conditions. A is greater than B. And operator here I am taking. And A is greater than C. And A is greater than D. A should be greater than B, A should be greater than C, A should be greater than D. For all conditions is true, then A is the biggest number, then control comes to N. If anyone is get fail, then control comes to else if. Now I'm taking the B. A failure, then here I'm taking the B. B is greater than C. B is greater than D. If it is true, then B is the biggest number. If it is also failed, then control comes to else if. C is greater than D. C is the biggest number. Otherwise, simply we can write else part. D is the biggest number. right?
Mm.
Got the logic, Divya?
Yes, yes.
So here I'm writing the hash include stdio.h. Here I'm taking the variables integer a comma b comma c comma d. Then printf, enter a b c d values. Then scanf percentile d percentile d percentile d. 4 percentile d is required.
Mhm.
Then address of a, address of b, address of c, address of d. Now I'm writing the condition if a is greater than b and a is greater than c and a is greater than d. If all conditions is true, then I'm printing the a is the
Yeah.
biggest number.
Mhm.
If anyone is get failed, then b is greater than, I'm checking condition b is greater than c, b is greater than d. Then printf, b
Base.
is the biggest number. Else if c is greater than d, then printf
Says bigger.
c is the biggest number. Else
Base.
d is the biggest number.
Mhm.
C is the biggest dot c dot forward slash a dot out. D is the biggest number. C is the biggest number. Where the condition is true, the true statements will be executed. Control comes to n. Where the condition is true, the true statement will be executed. Control comes to n. N number of else if we can write here. N number of else if we can write. In the else if condition get failed, then control comes to else if. If condition get fail here, then control comes to else if. Where the condition is true, the true statements will be executed. Control comes to n. In case of the nested if within another if. Here condition 1 should get satisfied, then only the control comes to inner if. If condition 2 get failed, then this else part will be executed. If condition 1 only get failed, then else part will be executed here. This else for this if. This else for this if. In the nested if, we can write else if also. In the nested if, we can write else if also. Like for example, student report. Here I am taking the subject marks. MPC, comma total, then float average, then printf, enter 3 subject marks, percentile D, percentile D, percentile D, address of M, comma, address of P, comma, address of C. Then I'm calculating the total, average, then printf, total marks, percentile D, total, then printf, then average. Then I'm taking the condition. If M is greater than or equal to 35, P is greater than or equal to 35, and C is greater than or equal to 35. If all conditions is true, then here I'm taking the average, because if average is 50, one subject is get fail only.
Mm.
So if I'm not checking the condition again, M is greater than 35, P is greater than 35, C is greater than 35. So if ultimately, so when I'm writing the condition on the average, we may get some wrong result. So ultimately, based on the average, we are going to display the grade, first class, second class, third class. But that subject marks individually should get the benchmark. Then only the result will be true, right? So condition 1 should be true, condition 2 should be true, condition 3 should be true. All subjects is pass. Then I am taking
No,
the average to display the first class, second class, third class. If average is greater than or equal to 75, then here I am printing
first.
distinction.
This-
Else if we can write, else if average is greater than or equal to 16, then here I am printing first class. Else if average is greater than or equal to 15, then printf second class. Else if average is greater than or equal to 35, then it is third class. Then close. If outer if only get fail, then control comes to else if, else part, else fail. So here I'm writing VI report.c, cc file name.c dot forward slash a dot out. Third class. Even average 72, one subject is get fail only. Directly control comes to fail, else
Yeah.
part. Right? In the nested if, we can write else if
In
also.
okay.
Then nested if, we can write else if. But all the if statement check the condition at once and executing the statements at once only.
Okay.
All the if statement check the condition at once, executing the statements at once only. Either true or false statement.
Okay. In nested if, so if the if the condition is false,
If
then directly
condition
comes to
condition 1 should be true, then only control comes to inner if.
oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the examples for relational operators and logical operators.
Okay.
Relational operators is less than, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to.
Mm-hmm.
Logical operators is and or not. With the help of the logical operators, I can write the multiple conditions here.
Mm-hmm.
In case of logical and operator, all conditions should be true, then only result will be true.
True. Okay.
In case of or operator, any one is true, then it returns the true statement. Condition 1 or condition 2. In case of not operator, if condition is true, then false. False true. Negation
Oh,
operator.
yes. Yes.
The next operator is
Increment.
increment and
Decrement. Okay.
decrement operators. Plus plus is the increment operator. Increments by the value 1. Minus is the decrement operator. Decrements by the value 1. Here I do have these two are also called as unary operators.
Okay.
Unary operators operates on a single operand, like a plus
A
plus
plus.
B minus minus. So here A and B are operands,
Run.
plus plus and minus minus are operators. Here we do have the postfix notation.
A plus plus.
In the postfix notation, first assign the value to the variable, then increments
Increment.
or decrements by the value 1. Like A plus plus, B minus minus, like this. Prefix notation, first increment or decrement by the value 1, then assigns to the variable, like plus plus A minus minus B. Binary operators operates on two operands, A plus B, A minus B, like this. Ternary operators, question mark and colon, operates on more than two operands. Operand 1, operand 2, operand 3. A is greater than B. If condition is true, then A is the biggest number. Then if condition fails, then B is the biggest number. The ternary operator is also called as conditional operator. It is also called as conditional operator.
Okay. Here we are checking conditions. That's
So here A is greater than B is the condition. Then if condition gets satisfied, then this statement will be executed. If condition fail, then else part will be executed.
okay.
So demo on increment and decrement operators. Then main. Here I am taking the A equal to 1. Now I am printing the value of A. So A value is equivalent to percentage D A. Then A plus plus. After incrementing the A value by 1,
Can
A will be 2, right? Plus plus A, printf, A is the biggest number, A value. A minus minus, then A will be decrement by 1. Minus minus A is the biggest number. Let's close. So result will be, here it will be 1,
1.
2, 3, 2 plus 1, right? 3 minus 1, 2, here I am getting, so here 1. So increment and decrement operators most probably we are using in conditional looping, incrementation or decrementation. In the conditional looping statement itself, we use the increment and decrement operators, plus plus and minus minus. So far everything is clear, Divya?
Yes, Mahesh, everything is clear.
So I'll give some more programs so for practicing the if statements.
Okay.
Okay, so you can do the practice day to day. So at least you can spend the time, the 30 minutes for practice,
Sure. Mhm.
so that so we'll get a chance to discuss if any doubts.
Okay.
Okay. And yesterday, so the recorded session, so did you receive, right? So,
Yes.
and once you receive the mail, then you can download the file immediately and put it in one folder. Because
Okay.
if I'm removing the file, if I'm removing the file, then so you may not access.
Okay. Okay.
So once you receive the file, immediately you can download. Hmm?
Sure. No, sure, Mahesh.
Okay. So then tomorrow we'll see about the conditional looping, like
Okay.
while loop, do while, and for loop.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. AST.
Okay. Okay, Mahesh. Thank you.